Hey guys, you got Team Winning here. Today we're going to bring you a new deck profile, the new set, Breaking Up Limit, set 6 for Vanguard. Today we're bringing you a deck profile of Gold Paladins that came out. The deck is not complete. I'm missing 3 cards from the set, which I plan on getting those. And, well, before I do a deck profile, I want to remind you guys that I did do a deck profile on my Royal Paladin deck. And I no longer am going to run this deck, so if you guys want anything from this deck for trade or sell, PM me, because I'm also planning on building Angel Feathers from the deck. And also I need 3 cards that I don't have for this deck, which I'll show you when I get onto the deck. The deck runs pretty good. The Blonde Lion is now one of the scariest grade 3s. Just because of its limit break effect, limit break 4, counterblast 2, reveal top card of your deck, call it to an open rear guard, and he gains that much power. If you have 4 face up, you can do it twice. So, first I'm going to do my grade 3s for the deck. 3 Blonde Lions, 2 Holy Mages, and 2 Sagramors. I need 1 more Blonde Lion, so in case you guys want any of this Royal Paladin stuff, I already showed you it, and there's also a deck file on the Royal Paladins. I need a 3rd Blonde Lion. We'll start with the Blonde Lion. Limit break 4, counterblast 2, call the top card of your deck to an open rearguard circle, and he gains that much power. And when he is the Vanguard, he gains plus 1,000 power for each Gold Paladin rearguard. The highest that I have had the embodiment Lion was 42,000, which your opponent should only block that if they have a perfect guard. If they don't have a perfect guard, then they pretty much gotta take that and hope for not any criticals. The Holy Mage, I like him better than the Silverworth Gormor, because for my Vanguard, I always have him as my Vanguard. I playtested this a lot yesterday, and also in a tournament. This deck does amazing. I love this deck so much. But the Holy Mage, it's Vanguard and Rearguard. When he is boosted by a Gold Paladin, he gains plus 2,000 power. Which, in my case, that's great for this deck. And 2 Sagramors, it's pretty much 9 Conviction boards from Royal Paladins. Rearguard or Vanguard, counterblast 1, he gains plus 3,000 power. And in case you guys don't know about this deck does a lot of counterblasting. On to the grade 2s, we got 2 Trips. We have 2 Holy Bows. I am in need of a 2nd Holy Bow, so that's one of the other cards I'm missing. So 2 Holy Bows. 3 of your special 10k interceptors. Trip, since you do a lot of counterblasting in this deck, when it hits the Vanguard, you unflip a damage. And it's a 9k. Maybe if it was a 10k, it'd be a little bit better, but it's actually really good for the deck because of how much this deck just does. Holy Bow, when it hits the Vanguard and it is boosted, you counterblast 1, you reveal top card of your deck, and if it's a Gold Paladin, you call it to an open rear guard. Which it does work out pretty good sometimes, but I don't really need it. Plus, it's a good interceptor, it's a 9k. And if I have open rear guard while I have him as my Vanguard, and her attack goes through, call it to open rear guard, he then gains plus 1,000 power because of his own skill. And then 3 Neiman Lions, the special 10k interceptors, which I will always play 3 10k interceptors. And then we play 4 of the Gold Paladin 10,000 vanilla, which is also used for your superior ride. I mean, it's vanilla, it's a 10k. It's just amazing. Alright, for the start of the grade 1s, we have 2 Slego Daggers. We have 2 Holy Axes. And we have Little Battle of Tron. The Slego Daggers, they were not in my original build, but after I tested them and how amazing they are, I think 2 is good enough for the deck. Like, I had thought of bringing them up to 3, but I love them at 2. They're so good. Vanguard or Rearguard, Counterblast 1. He gains plus 2,000 if you have 4 or more Gold Paladin Rearguards, which I always will because of how good this deck is. And this deck also keeps hand advantage, by the way. The Holy Axe player. The Holy Axe player does the exact same thing as the Holy Bow player, which I had the Axe players at 3, and I realized it did the same thing as the Bow, so I decided to trim it down to 2. And I might take these out because I never use the effects, but right now they're going to stay in, probably for a while, because I can still use them as a 7k booster. And Little Battle Tron, he was at 2, but then I boosted him up to 3 because I just love this guy's effect. Rearguard, when he boosts a Gold Paladin, well, if this card boosts a Gold Paladin Vanguard, if the number of Rearguards you have is more than opponents, then it's plus an extra 4,000. So, what I would usually do is if I have Lion as my Vanguard, and I would call Little Battle of Tron, and I make sure that I have more Rearguards to my opponent before I attack with my Vanguard, so that way it's an extra power boost, and it's just great for the deck. So 3 Battle of Trons, and then we play 4 of our 8k Vanillas, which is also used for your Superior Ride. We have 4 Holy Halo Seals Perfect Guards. This is the third card that I'm missing. Is a 4th Perfect Guard. So a Holy Bow, a Perfect Guard, and another Blonde Lion is what I'm missing, guys. So in case you guys have any of those, let me know. I think anybody should play 4 Perfect Guards. This is about any deck, especially in the Gold Paladins, because they need it. Because of how much they do in this deck. That was the grade 1s. For the trigger lineup, I am playing 8 critical triggers. This one came from this trial deck, you guys know about that. Flames of Victory, you place it on a rear guard, and then you move it to the soul, and it's plus 3,000 power to any one of your Gold Paladin units. Which is also good, because you boost up him, then it's just more power. That's 8 criticals for the deck. Then we're playing 4 draw triggers. Even if I don't reveal too many draw triggers in the game, I can still keep hand advantage pretty much, which is great, because I'll have a full field, plus at least 4 or 5 cards in my hand. Sometimes I have a whole lot more cards in my hand, so this deck does do counterblasting. It does a lot of power, and it keeps a lot of hand advantage. And then we got the 4 heal triggers, the standard, always play 4 heal. And then starting Vanguard is a course of Criff, the little lion cub. He gets your Superior Ride off. Like, I'm going to ride it with, like, sometimes if I have to, I would ride my Perfect Guard, so I would move it. And then on my next turn, I would usually have my 10k to ride it, which I would then usually have my 8k vanilla. And the thing is, with this starting Vanguard, you grade 0 Criff for your Superior Ride. You don't need a Counterblast, you don't need a Soul Blast, you don't need nothing. All you got to do is have him as your Vanguard, and these 2 in your rear guards. You just move these 2 to the Soul, Superior Ride Blonde Lion from your deck. And just like that. It's a grade 3 on turn 2. So when you attack, your first attack should be a twin drive instead of a regular drive check. And, well, that's my deck, guys. Remember, I am missing a Blonde Lion. I'm missing a Perfect Defense. And I'm missing a second Holy Bow. So if you guys have any of these 3 cards extra that you're willing to trade. Let me know what you guys are looking for. And again, check out the Royal Paladin deck profile, because I plan on not using this deck anymore. It's a complete deck still. It's not changed since my last Royal Paladin deck profile. It's still a good deck, and I do have extra Royal Paladin stuff that's in my binder. So anyways, guys, that's the profile. Let me know what you guys think on the deck. If you guys have any suggestions, what you guys think would make this more consistent, because this is more consistent than I think than any of the other decks I've ran. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.